Hello everyone, and as you guys can see, my cage really needs to be cleaned. Not my cage, my chinchilla's cage. So today I wanted to give you guys a tutorial of how to clean your Midwest Ferret Nation or Critter Nation. They're basically the same for cleaning. And if you have another cage, this might work too, to just find some little tips from this video of new ways to clean. Or if it's like your first time cleaning it out ever, I'm going to try to show you like the whole process. So let's get going. Alright, so when I start cleaning my cage, I like to take it like by each level because I have a few different ones. So we're going to start on the top level and then just take off all the stuff that could get like in the way of sweeping the cage. And now just take a dustpan and broom and you can start to sweep up the hay and like poop, and it kind of just depends what level your hay is at and stuff, because I have hay all over my top level, so this takes the longest to sweep. So I forgot to mention this, but I have fleece liners, which I think everyone has unless you're using tile. So you can take out your tray with the fleece liner around it. And now I like to put a little tile to block the entrance up there so that the chinchillas can't go on the top without there being like a tray there, so they won't get hurt. Also, sometimes when I am cleaning the cage, I take them out for a free roam. The room that I use is really like secure, so they're all good for free roaming if I'm just in a situation at that time where I can be watching them while I'm cleaning. So for your fleece liner, you should have a towel in the middle, like this basically, that can absorb any pee, because the fleece just wicks it away. So that's why the fleece is nice for them just walking around on, but they definitely need something to absorb it. So you can use a towel, or some people like to use a pee pad. I like towels because I can reuse it. And then as you guys can see, especially because I had hay, so this thing isn't really all the way swept, but I really tried my best to get as much of it swept as I can. So I kind of have this specific way that I roll this up so that none of it spills. And then I take the little bundle and just kind of put it in the trash can and then try to shake it out a bit without it spilling out at all. I do want to say later on we're going to shake it out like in the grass, so it doesn't have to be perfectly shaken out. To clean off the plastic tray, I just use half vinegar, half water, put that in a spray bottle, and that makes a really nice cleaning solution. And now take a paper towel and wipe down the tray. So I didn't actually film myself putting the new fleece on for some reason, or I just lost the clip, I don't really know. But now we're going to get a new towel and stuff it in there and flatten out with your hands. Next, you can fold over the fleece on the edge and put some of these clips on. I would actually, if you were making the liner, put the side where it's open on the other side than the one with like the little cutout, because this is kind of hard. So yeah, just put on clips like this. Now you can take off the tile and then put the new tray with the new fleece liner in the cage. Now it is time to put everything back. I don't really wash like the wooden stuff off or anything, and then I just kind of put some new hay in the hay thing. Then I refill the food and just put any new like toys or treats in there that I think they would like. So if you guys have the Ferret Nation or the Critter Nation, you'll know that it comes with two little shelves. So I have one of those in here. So everyone has designed their cage differently, so I'm just going to show you guys how I do it with one of those. I like to have my chinchillas either out running around or blocked up on the top level while I do this, because this specific level, you can see it has so many holes, and like they can just fall straight through those. Like that's happened to me before with them. So keep them away from this whole like bottom section of the cage while we're working on this. So since this one is so tiny, I usually just sweep it outside of the cage, and then I literally just do all the other steps that I did with the other one, but this one is so much easier because it's like a mini version of it. But when I was cleaning today, I actually couldn't find the towel for this. I literally don't know why, but I used a pee pad for the first time. Before I post this video, I will have cleaned the cage again, so I'll let you know in writing how that worked out. Because if you guys don't have any extra towels that you can't cut up, pee pads might be a good thing for you. It's a little worse for the environment and for your money, but sometimes it's a good option. Alright, so we're going to put that back in the cage. And now it's time to work on the bottom level of the cage, which for me is different. I have it with tile so that, especially in the summer, they have a cooler spot to be, and it's pretty easy to clean. So again, on this shelf, I'm just starting by taking everything out of the cage. I have these little pieces of fleece with a towel inside that I like sewed together, and these are pee pads. I learned how to do it from the Chinchilla notebooks video. I have them in each back corner of the cage, and I wash them almost every time if they pee on them, so I would recommend those if they pee in the corners a lot and you don't have fleece on the bottom. The next step is, of course, to sweep this out. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this vinegar and water spray again. Spray this all around the cage, especially on spots where there's pee. Now take a big old wad of paper towel and just wipe that everywhere, making sure that it's dry on the tile. And last of all, you can just add back all of those toys and accessories or whatever you want to call them back on the shelf. Even though it looks like we're done, we're not actually done yet. We have a few more little things we need to do, and I always just save these for the end. I don't really know why. But the first thing is refilling the water bottle and scrubbing it all out. So to do this, you're going to need one of these little like scrubber brushes. I actually just got this one from PetSmart. And then you're going to put some soap on that and put it in the water bottle and scrub it around for a few seconds. And then you can just rinse it out, and rinsing it out takes a very long time to get all of the soap out. But once you finally get it all out, then you can just refill it again and put it back into the cage. Alright, so for this next part, I needed to make a little disclaimer, and this is when I was cleaning it a few weeks later, so that's why the bedding looks a little different in the corners of this video. Okay, hi guys, so it's time to now clean this ramp, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for having a plastic ramp in here, and I really should have a ramp cover on this, but one day I didn't leave my ramp cover on, and my chinchillas don't chew on this plastic at all. Like, they chew on all plastic except this ramp. So I'm not really worried about like keeping it just plastic in here, because I know plastic is toxic. Please don't keep your plastic in your cage. But I feel like this is just kind of an exception, because I know they're not going to chew on this, and if I see like any sign of them chewing on it, I will definitely put the ramp cover back on. So when I clean the ramp, I just use the vinegar and water spray and a paper towel and just wipe off all the pee that's like dripping down it. And if I had the ramp cover on, which honestly I'll probably just put back on, I'm sorry that my brother's yelling, I'll put that back on, because even though I've had this ramp here without them chewing on it for months and months and months, it's always better just to be safe. So I will do that right after I'm finished editing. But yeah, I kind of just forgot to clean it that day because, you know, I was like busy with filming and everything. So yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so back to cleaning the cage. If you guys have tile on the bottom, you won't have your bottom shelf that came with it, like the tray. So I have that under so that anything that's in the tile can fall down to the bottom. And that's actually super gross for me, because there gets pee and poop and all this gross like stuff that sticks together down there. But anyway, I just start by dumping that out into the trash can. Then just give it some sprays, especially in the really gross areas. And then wipe that off with a big wad of paper towels. The last step is cleaning behind the cage and just around the room. So we're going to start by pulling out the cage. And behind that, I have 2 pee pads. They're like taped to the wall, but a little bit on the floor still. So if you have like a ton of pee on those pee pads, then just take them off. But I literally didn't have like any that week, so I didn't want to waste them. And I always just clean the floor behind the cage because it gets so much stuff behind it. And then once I was done with that, I just swept all the stuff all over the room into a pile. And then after I'm done cleaning the cage, I just have all this stuff lying around the room afterwards. So I like to go around and tidy up. And now you are all done, so feel free to jump up in the air, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!